Hello again. So here's a video about some custom equipment I rigged up for myself here. The first thing is this funnel that I had to make for myself because I can't find any place to buy what I need. But anyways, the situation I've got for this vehicle here is the engine oil filler is all the way, if you can see it back there, I don't know if you can, but it's all the way at the rear of the valve cover if you follow that hose back there. So the reason why it's all the way up against the firewall, the OEM location is actually on the right hand front corner, but because of the supercharger, which is not stock, not OEM, so yeah, that's understandable. Something had to be done. You can't fill it here, so the solution is swap the valve covers because they'll go on either side, but when you swap it over, that puts the oil filler all the way up against the valve cover. So anyway, that creates a situation where you have to have a funnel with a hose on it like that. Well, here's the thing. I've got a collection of funnels here that I've accumulated over the years. Every time I'm in some store, automotive store, auto parts, whatever, and I find these funnels, and I look for things that have a snorkel on them and you know, some way to hook it up and hold it up high where you can get gravity working for you. And I just amassed a whole collection of different contraptions, and this whole, you know, this thing here, and you know, anyways, make a long story short, not a damn one of these work. Not a damn one of them. They all have problems where there's no way to hang them up. You got to hold it with one hand, and you know, there's nothing that I can just hold up like that and just leave it up there, hang it from the hood, leave it up there. I can put containers in there and just let them sit, let them drip out. I can get it high enough to where there's plenty of gravity. The hose connection is positive. It's not going to slip off like these will. The plastic that they make these out of is it's flimsy and not very strong, and if you don't watch yourself, it'll just pop off of there, and you know, or the hose ain't long enough, or it ain't the right size, or it's not flexible enough, etc., etc., etc. So I got this old funnel here. This is an old like farmer funnel, and I've had this for a long time, and this thing is made, it's actually got like some locking lugs here that is for putting fuel in tractor gasoline tanks, old tractor gasoline tanks that have basically, this engages what the tank cap engages, so you can just twist it in there, and that's so it's held securely. It doesn't flop around, so the farmer can stand there, and this funnel, he can fill this funnel to the top with gasoline. He can slosh it in there, and this thing holds about a gallon, and because it interlocks with the gas cap receptacle, it's not going to flop around sideways and tip over. So, you know, the farmer can keep both hands on his large gas can. You know, it might be a 5-gallon can, and it takes 2 hands to handle that, so he can't have a hand free to steady the funnel too. He needs a funnel that's going to steady itself. So that's where that funnel comes from, and I picked that up from somewhere a long time ago. I've had this thing laying around for decades, and one day I just got pissed off, and I got me this is a piece of steel 3/4 inch pipe coupling. That's all that is. It's a piece of pipe coupling, and I welded it to this. So now I've got female 3/4 inch NPT threads, and then I can stick a hose barb of whatever diameter I want and screw it in there. And then, you know, like you can see here, I rigged up a way that I can hang it up off of the inside of the hood, nice and high, and get everything I need, and I can fill, finally, after decades of struggling with a bunch of crap, and the industry just refuses to make anything, you know, they won't make anything out of plastic that is made like this to do this job. They just refuse. They make a bunch of flimsy crap that's just almost kind of, sort of, and never works. So that's what I had to do to get something to work. And then, you know, this will also work for, this is for the automatic transmission. Right here is where that fills. And, you know, I can do the same thing. I can run a piece of hose, and, you know, if I need narrower hose, because this is probably narrower, probably you know, that's a 3/4 inch hose and maybe I need a 1/2 inch hose. Well, I can just put a different, brass hose nipple on there of the next size down and get a smaller piece of hose and run it to there, and it goes right where I need it to go positively. No leaking, no fumbling, no tipping over, no bullshit, and it just stays up there, and I can put the containers, after I empty them out, I can just leave it there so they can drain out for a 1/2 hour or whatever, let them drip in there, and then so there you go. So that's my funnel that I rigged up, and yeah, I just I basically just drilled 3 holes, and I've got this heavy, it's galvanized heavy gauge all-purpose kind of mechanics wire. It doesn't bend easily with your hands. You can bend it with your hands, but it's not made to be super soft. It stays. It's got some staying power, and you gotta pretty much bend it with pliers, and you know. So I just rigged up a way that it just hooks up there, and it's positive. It's never gonna fall or flop over. And then the other thing I got to show you is these cool little light fixtures where these things, I pick them up on Amazon. You get a 4-pack, and they look like this, and they're light, and oh doggone it, you know what I did? I just cut myself. Anyway, ow. Anyway, yeah, so I'm bleeding on it. But anyways, you get a 4-pack of these for about 50 bucks, and they're lightweight, and you can throw them around. You could probably take this thing, and you could probably just lay it down. You could probably just lay it down under there. Here, watch. I'll see if I can plug this in. I gotta put you down. Okay, plug this in. It's got a switch right there, you know, and you could take this and you could just lay it down under the car, and you could throw it around a little bit. It's pretty rugged. It's not going to break. I mean, you know, as long as you don't expect too much out of it. But you could just lay that under there with you and crawl around underneath. And then they come in different kinds. That kind there has a high color temperature, and this one here has a lower color temperature. This is a different brand. And I got a 4-pack of these and a 4-pack of the other ones. And, you know, that's... What the heck's the brand? I think the brand is like Sunco or something like that. You'll have to look it up. But this one here is the 500K, and the other one is higher temperature. It's like 6500, so it looks really blue. And so you wouldn't want to use that indoors because it looks too harsh. But for a work light, it's fine. And these look a little warmer because they're a lower color temperature. So I got a 4-pack of each, and they're pretty handy. And then so what I did here is I rigged up a way, because these are very lightweight. I mean, this thing weighs like only probably maybe 1/2 pound at the most. It's very light. It's all plastic. And so I just got me some of this wire here, and it makes a great little under hood light. So, you know, if you're outside and you can just, I got a piece of this wire here. This wire is, they call this clothesline, and this is made, it's plastic coated. That's why it's green. It's coated for corrosion and to make it soft, and this stuff bends real easy and cuts easy. And so I took a hunk of that on each side and just, you know, hurried up and rigged up a little bit of wire, throw it right up there, and yeah, it makes a really nice little under hood light for you there. So you've got one, you can hang it out of the hood, you can take another one, throw it underneath there with you, drag it around. They're cheap, you know, at 4 for 50 bucks, so they're about 12.5, maybe with the shipping and tax, they're about 15 bucks each. Can't go wrong, you know. If you bust one, throw it away, who cares, you know. And so it looks like a pretty good idea. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to share that, and that's about it. Thanks for watching, and so long.